so crazy, you guys. We've got so much going on. I think I'm going to actually get to go live today. We'll see. Oh my gosh, we're live. Yay. Okay. So here we are on day 3 of the selling physical products with Builderall. And I had to think about that a minute because my brain is so muddled right now, bouncing between so many trainings that I actually am forgetting which training I'm doing. So if I start talking about something really wacky that doesn't have anything to do with selling physical products, you guys stop me and go, Shelley, you're a little confused. But what we've done so far is the first day we talked about where to get physical products. Second day, we did a very, very basic single item sales website, right? That was real basic, just a sales page, a thank you page, and that was it, really, right? We set up the regular checkout. So today, I'm going to actually take you through, and we're going to do something called a bump sell. So it's going to look really similar to what we did yesterday, but there's a few nuances, including that we can sell more than one product. And then I'm also going to show you the PayPal cart system. And the PayPal cart system is a fabulous tool to use if you're wanting to sell more than one item and let them put those items inside of a cart. Now, if it's anything more than about 5 to 10 items, I wouldn't use it because it would get too bulky and too crazy trying to keep up with all the buttons. So I wouldn't use it if it was more than 5 or 10 items. I would go to the e-commerce platform. But 5 or 10, you can do a PayPal cart system and it works out beautifully. So let's go ahead and jump right in before we get started. I do want to ask you if you did your homework last night. Did anybody try to put a basic website together with a product for sale? Paris, did you do it? Were you successful?
No, I didn't finish all of it, but yes, I started it.
Good.
I had the image, I had the buy now button and some description, and then the checkout. But I couldn't really add fields to the checkout. You know, the last name and addresses.
Yeah,
address
that's
line
that.
1, address line 2.
User field management. You have to go to the double gears and then user field management.
I did go there, but it didn't let me do it.
Well, then your version must have been like drinking alcohol or something.
Could it be restricted fields, or all of them are
No, we'll look at them again today. We'll look at them again today. Okay, you'll see me do it again today.
Okay.
Yeah, I can finally get into my back office now and start doing that stuff.
Good. So get busy, Davida. You're behind. I'm chop, girl. Chop. All right, you guys, let's jump in, and we're going to do something called a bump sell first. And what that is I'm going to find a product that I want to sell, and I'm going to sell it for a ridiculously high amount. Okay, it's just going to be ridiculously high. Like, why on earth would you pay that much for that item? And then I'm going to offer a bump sell where they can get it ridiculously low. Okay, so they can buy this thing for a ridiculous amount high, and then a bump sell that's ridiculous low. So they're like, by the time you average out the high and the low together, it's an acceptable price. Okay, so let's jump in and see if we can figure out how to do that. So I'm going to go to share my screen, and we're going to jump into AliExpress, and we'll find something that we can sell for a ridiculous amount. So I'm going to go to AliExpress. There we go. And honestly, I think with this one, I'm going to do just a all-time favorite for bump sells, and that is facial cream. Let's do that. Everybody needs facial cream, even guys. Oh, wow. And here's a great one. This is an avocado anti-aging lifting day cream. I can tell you, I think I already need this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this to see what it's all about. And looks like it's $3.17 for a container. I can ship out a quantity of 1. It's free shipping. Let's see, it's free shipping using the seller method. That's going to take all the way until November. So with ePacket, it's an extra $1.99, so I can handle that. So I'm going to apply that. So, and the high price on it is $5.28. So I got a good idea of what my price is on it. And let me write all this down. I need to open my parking lot anyway. So let me write it down so I can take good notes and make a decision on what pricing I want to do. So this one is, we're going to say regular price is $5.28. Shipping is going to be $1.99. And then let's see, this one has got 323 orders and 113 reviews at 4.9 stars. So I'm thinking that's really good. It could be more orders. 323 is not a whole lot of orders, but it's not bad if you consider that it's 4.9 for a rating. So that's good. So we'll scroll down here and wow, African anti-wrinkle moisturizer with avocado. I'm sure I need this. I'm gonna have to order this for myself. So we'll scroll down and look at some of the pictures. These are, oh wow, that's a great picture right there. We're gonna capture that. Oh, there's another good picture right there. I love that. Love that picture. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do here. Again, this would be one that if I was setting it up, I would contact the seller, ask them if I could use their images. Again, 100% of the time they've said yes for me. I've never had a seller that said absolutely not, you cannot use our images. So I'll scroll down. Everything looks fantastic on this. So my cost, let me see this again. My cost is, let's see, $7.27 per item. Okay, $7.27 per item. Now, what I think I'm going to do is set this up so that I'm going to put a ridiculous price on a single one, an absolutely ridiculous price. And then I'm going to upsell them. I'm going to bump sell them a second one for a much less price. Okay, does that make sense? So let's go ahead and set that up, I guess. So we go into my office, go into my Pixel Perfect Builder, and we'll wait till it opens. And there's a lot of messages flying around, you guys. We're discussing a lot of things internally, so you may see things popping up here and there. Don't read them; they're private. All right, so let's go ahead and do a new site, and we will move you guys out of the way, and let's do a blank page. And I'm going to choose the one that's really, really blank, not the ones that just say they're blank. And then the first thing I'm going to do is click Save. And we'll call this the Facial Cream Bump Cell. Great. I'm going to click Send and Save. And so that's the first thing I do every time is click Save. That's crucial. And then, of course, the next thing I would do is go over here to where it says Text. And I would set up my text to the exact font and the exact size that I want for desktop and mobile. That would be my next step. I'm not going to do that with you guys because it would take too much time, but that would be the next step. Okay. Then I'm going to work on setting up my product.
Banner.
And banner. That's right. I always forget the banner. I don't know why I do that because that is so important. But there we go. There's our banner. And I'm going to make it white so you guys can see everything really easily. So we'll go to color and we'll make it white.
Now would text go in a box or just on the banner?
For you guys, I put text in a box. Sorry, for you guys, because I'm doing it so fast, I put it in the banner. But yeah, let me look at you guys when I tell you this, because when I am doing training, a lot of times I'm going so fast that I don't have time to make it pretty. And I don't have time to make it exactly like what I would make it if I was doing an actual website of my own. So for text, for me, when I'm training with you guys, I pull in text, I drop it right on the banner. If I was doing it for me, I would be spacing things a certain way. I would be putting an image right here and text right here. So I would be putting it in boxes. And that way it would organize it better. I could move it all as a group together if I needed to scooch it over a little bit or scooch it up a little bit. So it's very different when you are building it from scratch and you are building it as a live site that's going to be used, because you want to make sure that as you're building the page, banners, boxes, and then the elements inside of the boxes. That's how you do it. So when I'm doing this training, I'm just doing it really fast, so you guys don't have to see me trying to put everything inside of a box. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and build without putting a bunch of boxes in. So I'm going to share. And let's go ahead and name this page. So I'm going to say this is, I'll do some text. And this is going to be the Shelley's Botanical Emporium. Oh my gosh, that's such a good word. Shelley's Botanical Emporium. That's the color, that's the company that I'm making. Shelley's Botanical Emporium. Fantastic. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull some images of this product. So I'm going to go back to AliExpress, and I'm just going to go ahead and do some screen captures with my little snipping tool. And this is a tool that's actually in Windows. You don't have to buy it separately or anything. So let me see if I can find a good image. There's a good image right there. So I'm going to snip it just like this. Oh my gosh, that's great. So I'm going to save as, and we'll put this in a folder under pictures. That is facial cream, and then picture one. Fabulous. All right, so then we're going to find another one. I don't think I want to get those gross pictures right there, but I do absolutely love that one. I can use that one in what we're doing. So let me capture that one. I'm going to go new and then capture that image. Just like that. Oh my gosh, that's a great one. So save as, and see if we can find another good one. That's actually a really good one right there. So I'm going to go new and then move this out of the way. And we'll do this right here. Oh, and I captured the internet unstable, so I'm going to try that again. And we'll capture that right there. And that's going to be picture 3. Sorry, I think my dog is hawking up a bone, you guys. That's a fabulous picture, so I'm going to grab that one. You all right, Madison? Are you cupping up a fur ball? I thought the cats were supposed to do that. All right, we'll do that one, and that will be picture 4. There we go. And let's see, that one's probably a really good one, so we'll capture that one as picture 5. Fabulous. And I think that's probably, maybe I'll capture this one just in case I want to use it. It's a lot of pictures, but we might need it. I think my dog is just having issues over here. All right, so we got a plethora of pictures. Let's start applying them to our website. So we've got plus, and I'm going to do images and Shazam. We're going to do this image, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 images. So let's start adding those images. I'm going to right click and go to change image. And we'll go down here to the bottom and we'll add a new folder called facial cream. And we'll add our images. So we can move all of those in there. So we go to pictures and the facial cream. We'll add all those images right there. now they have to upload and they have to compress. So each one of these pictures, it's taking the file size and actually compressing it to make the file size smaller so that it saves room on the server and also saves room on the total number of gigabytes you have available for your space for your websites. So remember with Builderall, we have 10 gigabytes available. That's a lot of space. 10 gigabytes for images and stuff is a lot of space. But they help you conserve space by compressing all of the images. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this first one and click right there. And we'll make him a little bit smaller. Okay, just like that. Put that right there. And the next one, change image. And just to give you guys an idea, I have a lot of pictures, a whole lot of pictures, and I've still not met my 10 gigabytes. It does a really good job of compressing. So I haven't met my 10 gigabyte limit yet. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Dun, dun. There we go. And now we'll do another image. Pull another image in here. Dun, 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 facial cream. And this one.
Can I comment on something while you're doing the repetitious stuff?
You absolutely can. I would love for you to.
I also had a problem adding registration fields, and just now went back and did it again and noted that it didn't look like it worked until I saved it and looked at it. And then suddenly, then the password was gone and the new things were added. But it sure looked like you couldn't get rid of the password. But you can, and then you can add the other stuff.
There's a lot of things like that it doesn't look like anything's changed. But if you go to preview and then you come back, it will have changed.
Yep.
So that's kind of the trick. If it looks like something didn't take, preview it and then come back. And a lot of times that will help. All right, so we have our product here. And this is avocado. So we're going to say African, what the heck is this again? African, go to the very top. African anti-wrinkle moisturizer. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. So I'm going to go to plus and text and H1. And we'll
Something like that product people would buy, especially women, in a heartbeat.
I know. African anti-wrinkle moisturizer with avocado. Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so I'm going to stretch that bad boy out. I'm going to center it. And okay, so we've got the beginning of a website here, you guys. So I can put a couple of these pictures here like this. Drag this down. Drag this down. We need some more space. La 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 la. There we go. Oh my gosh. Drag it down a little more. Space. Fabulous. So put that there. Make that a little smaller. There we go. And put that person's face right there. And we'll put this right here. Make it a little smaller. Go ahead.
There's a message from Dominic. He's asking you to upgrade him.
Oh, okay. Let me jump in right quick. Stop sharing. All right. We got several people I need to upgrade. All right. All right. I think I got everybody. Maybe. Okay. I think I got everybody. So let me jump back in. And I'm going to put the picture with two of them all the way down at the bottom, because that's where I'm going to actually put the sales information with the checkout. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh, fabulous. And I'm just going to get rid of this image because I don't like it. All right, so we got all this information, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the plus, and I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to grab this one right here, and I'm going to just actually copy and paste this text. All right, I think that's probably long enough. Well, I'll probably need to shorten it a little bit. Make it a little bit shorter. There we go. So now we've got, we'll say that that's information about our product. Okay. And we'll scooch that over a bit, scooch that over a bit, scooch that over a bit. So you can kind of see that we can kind of be talking about our product. And maybe a little bit more. So, there we go. I think that makes me happy. So now let's talk about adding the checkout. So I've got this all made. I'm going to click save and then save again. And so now I'm going to add the checkout to it. So let's go ahead and go to plus and then checkout. And I love the one-step checkout because it's literally just click it one time and Shazam, it sends you where you need to go. And you don't have to keep clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. There we go. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to go to configure and I'm going to make it one column instead of two. That way it's going to fit in the space that I want it to fit in. Shrink it down a little bit. And then go down here. So I'm going to put that down there with the 2 items because there's going to be a bulk cell that's going to show up. And I'm going to add more text here. And I'm going to show you how you can do bullet points. So let's say that I had bullet points in here that I wanted to show. I could actually go in front of this text and I could do the little flag. If you look right here, there's a little flag on the text bar. If I click that flag, it actually pulls up a bunch of icons that I can have access to. And I can use those as really interesting bullet points. So let me scroll through and here's a little leaf one. So I'm going to grab the leaf one and click confirm. And then from there, I'm going to maybe put a space in between there. And then I'll put another line here and another line here. And then I'll just copy that little flag. It doesn't look like it's copied, but it's actually copied. And then I'll paste and paste. And that way I can actually have some bullets in between all my text, okay? So it makes it look kind of nice and neat if you put bullets in there. So, so we've got our text in there. We've got our images in there. We've got our checkout in there. I'm going to go ahead and click save and then save again. And then the next thing I need to do is we definitely need to collect the mailing information for these people. So I go to these double gears and I go to manage user registration fields. And so here's the fields that I have so far. I'm going to click add and I'm going to call the first one address 1 and it's required. And we'll call it address 1.
Do you want the first one to be last name?
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Perfect. And then save.
Is it requiring a password still?
Yeah, I haven't taken that off yet. And then address 1. Required. And then address 2. Fabulous. This is not required. And then city. And city. And it's required. And then state. And it's required. And zip. And it's required, and then save. So that should be everything. So we've got address 1, address 2, city, state, zip, and I've got my last name, and then I will disable the password in just a couple minutes. So I've got all my fields that I need. I'm going to go ahead and click save and then close. Close. And I'm going to go ahead and click save, the big save, to make sure that everything I've done so far is there. And if you'll notice, the fields are not there, right? This is the same thing that you guys probably saw yourself. So if I go to preview and kind of scroll down, there are the fields. And then I return, and you see that the fields probably just magically appeared. So that's great. Also, you also see that our form got a lot longer. So I'm going to need to make my page a little bit longer so I can make sure that my form is able to be seen by the customer. So I'm going to drag it a bit longer, and I'm going to go a little bit longer than the end of it, because sometimes there are times that it does extend a little bit further. Plus, we're going to do a bump cell, so we may have to expand it again because of the bump cell. I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, I'll take this image out and pull this image up to the top. There we go. And now I'm going to right click my form, and I'm going to uncheck password required. And that's going to take the password off for me so they don't have to put a password in. And again, the password is still there. It's still showing. So if I preview and then return, it should go away. And no password. All right, so we're doing good so far. So now what I need to do is I need to make sure that everything is saved. I'm going to go ahead and do a thank you page before I start configuring my checkout. So I'm going to go here to pages, and then into my layout, and I'm going to go to add page, and it's just going to be a blank page, and we'll call it thank you page. Just call it thank you, and then confirm. And so now that page is going to be created, and we can then go through the checkout process and designate the thank you page. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of text on here just so we know that we've landed on the right page. So I'll go here to text, and thank you for ordering the facial cream. Your order will be processed within 24 hours and should arrive at your house in 4 to 6 weeks. Yay! So we put that information on there, and I'll put another image there just because I can. So I'm going to go to image, and that image right there. We'll drag this down a little bit. I didn't put a banner in, so let's grab a banner. Oh my gosh. I must be allergic to banners when I'm doing training. I don't forget to do banners when I'm doing my own websites, but I'm so much in a hurry with these trainings that I forget. Appearance, backtrack, and grab the old banner. And then we'll put the image there, and we'll right click, change the image, and we'll change it to our facial cream. So I'll go facial cream, and we'll grab this one right here, and then confirm. Fabulous. So far so good, you guys. You're seeing a little bit of what it's like to just kind of put everything together. So I'm going to click save, and then save again. Now, obviously, this is a really pretty product. It's actually really pretty. So I would definitely try to find a good set of colors that could go with this product. I can see golds and greens and maybe some browns and stuff like that. Maybe accents of yellows and orange. But all of that there is going to give you an idea of what colors you can work with. And then always remember that if you've got an image and the colors on the image don't match the actual colors that you want, you can always do a box overlay and then put a color on the box and then set that color as transparent so that you can still see the picture, but it's colorized by whatever box you have on top of it. Okay. So there are ways around, even if you have an image that doesn't have the colors that you want for your website. So I'm going to click save one more time and save again. And now I'm going to go back to my main page, and I'm going to set up my checkout. I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to start setting this up. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to change offer. So now I'm going to set up my offer. I'm going to kind of click here and choose an image from my digital file repository. So we'll choose that one right there. And this is Shelly's facial creams. And we'll just copy and paste that into the description. And then it says, what's the thank you page? So if they purchase this, where do we want to send them when we're done? And that would be the thank you page. So we'll choose that. We're not going to set up a downsell. That would be the next page you want them to see if they said no thank you to the order. For this particular product, if they say no thank you, there is no button to click. They would just leave the website. And then what type of payment do we want to accept? I'm going to choose that first one, which is the example payment. We'll go in there and set that up in a minute. I don't do it here because it throws you out of everything you've done so far. And then the currency payment is US dollars, no expiration date. I'm going to choose the default automated email theme. I'm not going to connect this one to Mailing Boss, but you could if you wanted to. Won't do any webhooks, and we're not going to set up any coupons. So I'm going to click next. And now I'm going to set up my individual item. So I'm going to click for a picture. And for the picture, we're just going to choose this one right here and confirm. And then it was African anti-aging moisturizing cream with avocado. And we'll set this price. Now, normally, what I would do is the cost of this product is $7.27. I would more than likely set an outrageous price of like $69.95. Let me look at your eyeballs while I'm telling you this. So I would actually set a price of like $69.95. It's just absolutely outrageous, right? It's like, oh my gosh, you bought that for $7 and blah, blah cents.
It may seem outrageous to you, but if you go into the department stores and they sell them for that price and much higher.
Yep, absolutely. So here's what I would most likely do is I would set it up so that if they purchase one, it's going to cost them, let's say $69.95. Okay. And then I'm going to set up a bump sell. So if they buy the second item, they'll get the second item for $9.95. Okay. So in effect, we've got 10, 1, 19, 1, 1, $79.90. They're going to get two of them. Whereas if they only bought one, it would be $69.90. So effectively at $80, they're paying $40 per, and you're making a profit of a little over $30 per container. Okay, does that make sense? I know it sounds crazy, but I promise you guys, this bump sell method, I know you guys have seen it. Have you seen this out there? Have you ever bought one like this? Yes, absolutely. Now remember that we're doing, no, George's like, no, I've never bought one. Are you like?
Oh, I see them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Another way to do this is sell one and then have a bump sell of 3 more, right? So sell one at an outrageous price and then sell 3 more so they can get a total of 4 of them if they bump it for 3 more at a very reasonable price. Okay, so this is just a trick. It kind of tricks the person into thinking, wow, okay, I can buy one and pay this really ridiculous price, which I still want to pay because I really want this African moisturizer that's going to have avocado in it, right? That's what I want. So I'm willing to pay the $69.95. But man, if they're going to throw in another one for just $10, I'm going to get 2. Okay.
Won't you be able to give it away for free, the second one?
You absolutely can, but I wouldn't.
No?
I would not. I would sell each one because the whole idea of what we're doing here is a bump sell. And there's some psychology in this, you guys. If you had this on a page all by itself, right? And you're selling it all by itself for $69.95. People will bypass it. You'll have some of them that will bypass it. They'll go a little bit too rich for my blood. I love it. I want it, but I'm not sure about $69.95. But if you have it for $69.95 and then bonus buy, we'll give you a second one for $10. Some of those that would normally bypass it, they'd go, wait a minute, I'm going to go ahead and buy it because effectively I'm only paying $40 per instead of $70 per. So I'm going to go ahead and get it because that makes more sense to me. Okay, it's a psychology thing, right? It's just exactly like setting your price at $69.95 because internally that person's thinking, well, at least it's not $70, so I can afford that. Right? We see that at Walmart all the time. They have things for $9.95, $3.95, $29.95. There's a reason. It's tricking your brain into thinking, well, at least it's $29.95. So at least it's not $30. I'm not spending $30. It's like, yes, you are. You actually are. J Money.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just going to say that the model is already out there. We already know that a lot of people sell things, and you can see the infomercials that tell you once you sell one, I'll give you this other one for $19.95, or I'll give it to you for a lower cost. Right. And also with the bump sales going, I go 1 at first, then I go 3, and then I go 10. And a lot of it comes with people wanting to buy for their friends or family members. And if they can get it all in one bulk thing, they love it. If you try to make them buy one, they'll stop after like maybe 2 and say it's too much. But yeah, so it does. It's a psychology for sure.
Yep.
And then too, if you ever see those things with the facial cream or the anti-aging and this actress or this, and it's like all they did was lend their name. Right. They are not doing anything with it. They're just lending their name. They're getting paid to use their name to sell a product.
Right. Well, it's no different than Michael Jordan tennis shoes and, that type of thing. That's all marketing technique as well. So this is actually, like J Money said, this is a very tried and true method, and you can see it out there everywhere, on TV, on the internet, in advertising in newspapers and magazines. This is a really common thing to do, this bump sell. So let's go ahead and jump in and work on setting it up some more. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And so I've got this first item, the African aging, anti-aging, not aging, but anti-aging, because I really don't want to age more. Moisturizing cream with avocado. We're going to set this price at 5 cents. But normally we would set it at $69.95 for this one item. So I've got my picture, I've got my title. I'm going to copy the title into the description. I'm not going to give them a discount, no member area, no recurring charge, no optional. I can set shipping if I want to, and I can decide if I want to charge shipping for this product, or can I include it in the price of it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as include shipping. I'm not setting up an e-learning area. And for the email message, I can just say thank you for buying our products. And that way, everything is good to go there. So now I've got my first item up, and I'm going to go ahead and click Add Item. And so now it takes me to item number 2. So I've got item number 1 that's collapsed, and now I've got item number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put an image there. And we'll grab that one on top of the other, just like that. And I'm going to call it second jar of African anti-aging moisturizing cream with avocado. Fabulous. And we'll set the bump sell price at 5 cents as well. There we go. And we'll do the description the same as the title. No discount, no members area, no recurrent, but I am going to set this as optional. Okay, so the first one is not optional. The first one is not optional. They must buy the first one. The second one is totally optional. And we set this price at 5 cents, but the actual price would be $9.95. Okay, so the upsell message is get a second jar at a deep discount. And then I can choose what kind of color I want that to be. I'm going to go ahead and keep it yellow just because that's good enough. And then the email message, thank you for purchasing our products. All right, so I've got 2 items. I've got the African Anti-Aging Cream single jar, and then a second jar for the second item. And the second item is listed as optional. And now I'm going to go ahead and click save and confirm. And I'm going to save my changes to make sure I don't lose them. And now you should see what's happening. Have a part of our checkout, and my internet connection says it's unstable, so I'll let this load. There we go. So we've got our checkout. We've got our price for the non-negotiable, you must buy it first item. And then down here, we have the option of a second jar that they can check mark if they want to. Okay, so that's the bump sell. This is the bump sell right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click save one more time just to be safe. And now everything's actually set up so that we can sell this item. So I'm going to scooch it up a little bit like that, and we'll scooch this down a little bit to make sure there's plenty of space, because it may scooch down just a little bit. Expand the banner, expand the checkout, and then I'm going to click save. And now we actually have everything set up. So I've got a question. Go ahead.
Could both items be optional? Like you can get the hard copy of the book, or you could get the ebook.
Yes, you absolutely can make both of them optional. You can also make items conditional, which means you cannot order this item unless you order this item as well.
And can there be more than one bump sell?
Yes.
Great.
Those are all really good questions. All right, let me share my screen and we will publish this bad boy and see if we can make a sample purchase. To go ahead and go back to my site list, and we'll find this precious little website, and we'll see if we can publish it and go live with it and then make a sample purchase. This is always really exciting. So one moment, please. All right, there's our facial cream website right there. I'm going to go public with it. So we're going to make it available on the internet so that anybody can see it, but they really won't be able to see it unless they have the direct link to it, because it's a slug. It's not actually on any domain except the Builderall domain. So you have to know where to find it to actually find it. There's a lot of people that panic when they publish their website. They're thinking, but I don't want anybody to see it yet. If you haven't attached a domain to it, nobody's going to see it. All right, so now it's gone active as an active link. So you see it changed from gray to blue. That means that's a clickable link that I can click and actually go straight to the website. I'm going to right click it and copy link address so I can share it with you guys so you guys can actually go there and check it out. You do not have to buy anything. You can just check it out and make sure it works for you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click, and we're going to make a sample purchase. There we go. So there's our website, and I'm going to scroll down. Looks absolutely lovely. Takes the checkout just a minute or two to load.
You're not sharing screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try to share screen. That'd probably be good. There we go. And because I've actually been in this before, it's actually seeing me as logged in, because I've done a lot with websites in the last couple days. So what I'm going to do is take this and copy the URL and go to incognito, so it cannot see that I've logged in or that I have a username and password or anything. It's going to see me as a brand new customer. So here we go. We'll wait for that checkout to load. And now it sees me as a brand spanking new customer. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out my information. So for my email, I'll put Shelly@builderalldiva.com. My first name is Shelly, last name is Turner, and I'm at 216 Elm Road, and that's in Batesville, Mississippi, 38606. Fabulous. All right, so I've got all my personal information in there. And now I'm going to take a look at the price. So I'm looking at the African Anti-Aging Moisturizing Cream with avocado. It's $69.95. And I know I have to purchase that one, but then I look down here and I'm like, holy crap, I can get a second jar for only $9.95. Well, yeah, sign me up for that one. So I'm going to click that and it adds it to the list. It tells me the price. If I looked at the price and went, you know what, I don't think I want that, I can click delete and it will delete it from the cart. But then I'm going to reconsider and I'm going to say, yes, I think I do really want it. So I'm going to click that and it adds it back in again. So I can kind of go back and forth while I'm deciding if I want to buy it. And once I make the decision, yep, I want to get both of them, I'm going to go ahead and click checkout. And you know what? I don't think it's going to let me check out because I don't think I have my information in there. Yeah, I didn't put my PayPal information on the page. So let's go ahead and go back into our original. That was one thing I did not set up. So I'm going to go to my shopping bag. Is that it? Yes. Oh my gosh.
Shelly, the one that you have, the second jar that you have available, is not showing the price. It's not supposed to show the lower price that you are given.
There's a couple, it doesn't show it on the checkout, but you could put it on your text, on your content of the page.
Okay.
Right. So everywhere I've got that text, I might have some text that says, but wait, you can get a second jar for $9.95. Just select during checkout and it will add it to your cart. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen again. So I've got PayPal at deltapearls.com. I'm going to name this Delta Pearls. Fabulous. And then I'm going to click save. And then I've got to go back to my offer and actually change the payment information to make sure that I have the right one. So Delta Pearls is the offer payment that I'm going to use. And next. And then save and confirm and then save and save. All right, so now we should be good to go that I can do this. So I'm going to go refresh my, oops, sorry, I have to do it on the other one, don't I? On incognito. So I'm going to go close PayPal and I'm going to refresh this page. And it's already got my information in there because I put it in there. I don't think it'll give it to me brand new. And I'm going to check mark that and I'm going to click checkout. Hopefully it'll go to PayPal this time. Yay, it's going. So it only charged me 5 cents. So let me see what's going on. So I'm not sure why it's showing charging as 5 cents, but we'll log in. And I'll put my email in there. And my password in there. And it's still showing as only 5 cents. That's really weird. But it charged. And now we're going to go ahead and go return to merchant. I should end up on the thank you page, which is great. So I went completely through my purchase. And now I want to go back to my website and see if I actually am showing as made the purchase. So to do that, I need to look at my sales information. So I'm going to go into my sales manager right there. And this one, it says Shelly's facial cream and it says complete. And then Shelly's facial cream, the second item, it says waiting, but it does say that it was the total amount of 10 cents. So I'm not sure why it was showing us 5 cents on PayPal. That one's really weird. So I'm going to have to show our developers the video so they can see it. But it is showing that I made the purchase. So it says cream with avocado. So it's showing the correct product. And there we go. And purchase details is, oh, I see what it did. I see what it did. Let me try it again. The second time it should go through fine. So I'm going to go try this again in incognito. So let me close my incognito window. And we'll go incognito again. Here we go. And I'm going to register and buy again. You guys, when you do this a lot, you'll just know that you're going to just be friends with the PayPal people. Tony at Builderall. Let's do a different one. Skydiving at yahoo.com. And Shelly and Turner and 216 Elm Road, Batesville, Mississippi, 38606. So I've got all this information in. I've got the African anti-aging. I'm going to definitely click to get the second item to make it a total of 10 cents. And now let's do the checkout button. And we'll see what happens with PayPal this time. So PayPal, what you got for us? Thinking about it. And now we've got 10 cents. I think there was just some confusion because the PayPal didn't work the first time, so it only registered the first item. And then when I tried it again without doing a complete refresh, it got really confused. So now it's got 10 cents on there like it's supposed to. I'll go ahead and log in. And we'll do my email next and password next. And then I'll pay my 10 whole cents. We're waiting for it to jump in. There we go. And I'll do pay now. And that should take me to the payment successful. And then I'll go to return to merchant. And that connects me to the thank you page where it gives me instructions on what's going to happen now that I've purchased. So now we can go into the main site and let's take a look at the information and see what it says on the site. So I'm going to go to Sales Manager, and there's Skydiving Diva right there, and it says 10 cents complete. And if I look at the information, they bought the anti-aging and then the second jar. So that information is right there to tell me exactly what they bought. Okay. Any questions about that, you guys? Gabriel.
Yeah. So how do you keep track of? Because now you got to go fulfill the order. So how do you keep track of the order that you fulfilled? It? Do you mark it in your back office somehow?
There's not a way to mark it in the back office that you've fulfilled it. There's just not a button like that. So every single one of your sales, you're just going to have to keep track of that, whether it's on an Excel spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, or if you take out the information through webhook and actually send it to a Google spreadsheet. And then you can actually keep track of it that way. So okay. Once you fulfill it, you can mark it as fulfilled.
Yeah.
So webhook will pull it out of the website, and then you can send it to Google. And I've got a training on how you do that.
Okay, great. And then also if you have additional products that are related to this product, can you give them not a bump sell, but can you give on a next page, or hey, other related products you can want to check out, something like that, you know what I mean? Which is another upsell, but it's indirectly kind of being polite. Sort of.
Yeah, it's a upsell, but if you do an upsell like that, it would be treated like a funnel. So you go completely through the sales process of that checkout, and then go to another page where you go through a different checkout process.
Yeah, just say, hey, other related products that might interest you, and then they can go shopping, or they can just opt out, whatever, just leave. You know what I mean?
You can absolutely do that. And because they've already created their username, they didn't create a password, but because they created their username, they're technically logged in. So it is a one click, and they go right into PayPal, and they go right through the checkout process. But it's a little bit more confusing because if they back out, then they're stuck. They're not sure where to go, what to do. So this is a little bit harder system to set up because backing out of it, the customer has no direction where to go.
Okay.
I think what you can do at the thank you page, when the people sees the thank you page, you can add some information about the website, another website that you can visit for more products.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. What I'm going to show you next is a solution to help you with what Gabriel and Gladys are talking about, which is you have more products than what you want on that checkout. We can set up a PayPal cart system. This is actually a really cool system to set up. And again, it's only for maybe 5 to 10 products, because anything more than that, it's a lot of work to put the buttons together. So let's go ahead. Let me see if you've got any other questions before we continue to PayPal cart. I'll get Chip and then Rajay.
Is there any way to avoid clicking to a new page to provide the credit card or PayPal information the way something like Samcart does it?
Where it does an all-in-one type thing?
Yeah, it shows you the product and collects shipping and credit card information all on the same screen.
No.
Okay. If people are curious, I've just posted a sample of how they set it up.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay.
All right. Rajay, did I say that right?
RJ.
It's RJ.
RJ.
Yes. I'm stepped up for a second, but how did you fix the 5 cent, 10 cent issue that you had?
It was just a matter of I had to just start from scratch, because what happened is when it sent the information to PayPal to start the for sale process, it only picked up the first item and then ran into an error. So then when I did try to go back, it only had the first item was registered. So all I did was just close everything down, change the payment information to make sure I had my PayPal account in there to receive payments. And then I went back into incognito with a fresh window and went through it, and it picked up the 10 cents.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? George?
Shelley, what was the issue around the webhook and the sending stuff to a Google sheet? Is that where you notify the supplier of a sale or some other issue?
No, it's any reason you want to pull that data out. So if you want to notify someone to sell, yes. If you want to keep track if you fulfilled an order by putting all that on a spreadsheet and then having another column that says fulfill, yes. You can do anything you want with the data.
So in the order system that we set up, how is the manufacturer notified to complete the shipment?
Typically it's done, if it's a separate manufacturer, so somebody else is fulfilling, then you have to webhook that information out and get it to them, because there's not a good solid way to get that information out other than webhooks.
So I build a webhook to send a notification to the manufacturer.
Yes. Yep. So you can do it by email, you can do it by Google Spreadsheet, you can do it by, you're only limited to your imagination when we talk about webhooks and Zapier. If you haven't played with Zapier yet, let me tell you to play with Zapier, because Builderall is actually integrated really well with Zapier, and there's a lot that you can do with these webhooks. So the hardest thing about Zapier is just wrapping your brain around what the heck is Zapier, and and what the heck is a Zap. And the short story is that it takes two platforms that are completely unrelated and they're not connected, and Zapier connects them. Okay, so Builderall and Google Spreadsheets are not related, right? They're not connected in any way. But if we use Zapier, we can actually pull data out of Builderall and send it into Google Spreadsheets so that we can do anything we want to with that data.
And you're using the term webhook as an example of a Zap.
Yeah, it's a type of action.
Yeah.
So all a webhook is is when you set up a webhook, that means that Zapier is constantly listening for a hook. And once it catches that hook, it says, I've got data I got to pull in. So that's why they call it a webhook. It's constantly listening for data. And once that data is actually triggered, Zapier hears it and it says, shoop, I'm going to grab the information. Okay?
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Did you,
Davida and then Gabriel.
Yeah, I've used it before, but wouldn't you have to set up something so that when it goes to PayPal, that a bill comes up where it's the amount or whatever that they're purchasing so that it goes through?
Actually, with Builderall, the financial data is in there. That's the amazing thing about the webhook, is it's capturing the transaction information. So when you webhook it out, it's basically got all this great information. It's a ton of information. And when you send it to your Google spreadsheet, then you can decide what out of all that information is valuable to you. I mean,
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, go ahead.
I meant like when they purchase the product and they go to PayPal, don't you have to set it up where there's a receipt or something that when they buy it, it appears as a bill?
Well, that's on the PayPal side.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
that
automatically happens in PayPal. The act of going through that purchase process, when we purchase using PayPal, it jumps off of the Builderall platform onto the PayPal platform, and PayPal handles everything as far as the purchase process and paying for it. So
yeah, but don't you have to have something set up on their end for that to come up with the price for them to pay and the credit card with the credit card?
We did that when we went into the payment manager, and I said I'm setting this up to use PayPal at deltapearls.com.
Oh, so you had it set up with Delta Pearls so that automatically, whenever they would set up, it would go in. Okay.
Yep. So every time somebody buys something, it sends the payment to Delta Pearls. Okay. And we set that up in the payment manager area of our website. George?
Hey, Shelley. PayPal used to get a lot of flack for holding back payments and messing around with customers. What's the reputation now for paying on time?
Well, if anybody should be shut down, I should be, because I have payments going in like 20 at a time, right? Because I'm testing funnels, and so I'll put a nickel for the cost. You guys just saw me blow through 4 different items at a nickel a piece, and that's not really even testing, right? That I do a lot of testing. So you would think that PayPal would look at me and go, she's scamming somebody, so we're going to shut her down. And I've only been locked down one time, and that was about 2 years ago, before I actually started testing so many funnels. And they shut me down to investigate where I was getting my money from. I guess they had an indicator somewhere in their algorithm that it might be an MLM or it might be a scam or something like that. So they checked all my information. It took them about 3 months, and they locked down a lot of money. But after about 3 months, they unlocked everything, said everything was fine, and they haven't done anything to me since. So I would think that if there's any potential for anyone to be locked down, it would be me, as many test purchases as I make. And just to give you an example, I taught the certified partner training class, and I did all the testing of their funnels that they had to create to be able to pass. And I tested over 350 funnels. So, and PayPal didn't shut me down.
All right, so you've got high confidence in PayPal, and how fast do they pay?
I get money that day. If I submit to get money, I don't get it that day. I get the next day. So what's going to happen for me is today's Wednesday, right? Today's prepay day. So I will actually go in and request money from Builderall today, and it will get into the requested area. And then tomorrow I'll get paid, and it will hit PayPal. when it hits PayPal, I'll request that money to go into my bank account, and it will take 1 day to get it into my bank account. So it's literally requested on Wednesday, receive it on Thursday, get it into my bank account on Friday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me do Gabriel and then Chip.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned earlier, excuse me, about webhooks. Did you do a training, or is there a training available already?
I
Jody
did a
did one.
training. I did a training. I can't, all you got to do is either look up Builderall Zapier or Builderall webhooks. Just do that in Google, in YouTube, and it'll pull it right up.
Great, thank you.
And then Chip.
You did it as a Tuesday night training once.
Oh, did I? Okay, that'll work.
I'm content, getting a little hungry for lunch, but you can't really help me with that. So carry on.
If you're hungry for knowledge, I can. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into PayPal cart system, because this is the next thing I want to make sure to cover with you guys, because this is a great way to set up a physical product business and set it up for multiple items, because this works way better than just the regular checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to close this right here. And now I'm just going to go ahead and delete a lot of this stuff on this page. So we'll delete. Oh my gosh, it almost hurts my feelings to do that. We'll delete that one, delete that one. And we're just going to leave this item right here. And now I'm going to go to AliExpress, and I'm going to find another product that I can sell with this. So let's say, oh my gosh, these are so great. I need one of all of these. These right here, I don't even know what these are, but they look good. So these are vitamin E essence capsules. So they're regular $4.16. I can get a single one. I can get them shipped for free, but let me see what the e-packet is. E-packet is $2.52. I can live with that because the price is low enough. So this is a product that I feel like I could definitely sell, and I could sell it with that facial cream. So let's go ahead and see if we can grab an image real quick, and I'll just grab one image here, and we'll just do this one right here. I can get a good one. There we go. Fabulous. So we'll save as, and we'll call this picture number 7. Fabulous. So we got those things. Now let's see if we can find another item, because we want to do at least 3 items to make it look good. So let's see. We want it to be a single item, not facial cream necessarily. Let's do facial cleanser. That sounds good. Cleanser. Oh, wow. Okay, I need that right there. So let's go ahead and grab that one. That's a fabulous one. Oh, let me make sure. It's $1.02, regular $1.33. I can get 1 piece at a time, and there's plenty of reviews. This is a fabulous item, so I'm going to go ahead and grab an image. So let's see if we can grab. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to grab that image. And here we go. And copy. Oh, sorry. Save as. And we'll call this picture number 8. All right, so one of the things that I want you guys to notice is I'm getting things that are all kind of inside that same niche area. Remember that we don't want to sell underwater basket weaving supplies along with car spark plugs. That would not be good. So we're kind of keeping everything connected so that if they bought one thing, they would be likely to buy the next thing as well. So we've got 3 items that are pretty closely related. Now let's see if we can go ahead and set it up on our page to sell those items. So I've got the first item right here, and I'm just going to copy and paste to set up the image placeholders for the second and third item. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to change image. We're going to put that second item and third item in. So there's the second one, there's the third one, and open. There we go. and we'll let them load. It has to think really hard while it's loading. Check mark this one. We'll let that one finish loading. It's compressing the picture and making it smaller. Sometimes it takes a minute to do that. So we'll let it do that. There we go. So we've got this second item. I'm going to click confirm. And then this picture is huge. So we're going to make it a little smaller like that. Put it right there. And then this one, we're going to right click, change image. And we'll change it to that cute little character thing. So there we go. And confirm. All right, so now I have all three of my products. And then the next thing I do, I would actually add some text in there to describe the products. So here we go. We add a little bit of text. Let me move this down a little bit here. There we go. And add those up a little bit. So there we go. And I'm going to copy that text. And paste, paste, paste. Fabulous. So now we've got text describing that item. We'll move it like right there. And I'm going to just copy that. And there's text describing that item. And then there's text describing that item. Okay. So now all we need to do is think about the buttons. So I'm going to put just one more text item, just a little header right here that talks about get your supplies, get your beauty supplies today. Boop, there we go. So we got everything configured. I'm going to save and then save again. And I'm going to go ahead and keep the thank you page the same. And now the real work begins in setting up these buttons. So I'm going to set up 3 different buttons inside PayPal. So I'm going to go to my, let's see if I can go to my Delta Pearls account. That would be a good one. I'm not real sure if it'll pull that one up. PayPal at deltapearls.com. And Shazam, I'm in. So yay. So I'm into my account and I'm going to go to my overview. And let's see if we, okay. Oh, I have 76 cents in here. That's crazy. So now I'm going to go ahead and create some buttons. So the buttons are under the tools area and all tools. And so I go into the tools area, all tools, and I believe I'm going to go to integrate PayPal. And PayPal buttons. So I'm integrating PayPal, and then I'm going to PayPal buttons. So I'm going to click open. And I'm going to click add to cart. That's the button that I want to use in this example. Click add to cart. It's going to think a minute while it takes me to that area. And so now I get to go through the process of creating the button. So it says choose a button type, and it has the same choices I had just a minute ago, but I'm going to do a shopping cart button. So it adds it to the shopping cart. And so the item name, the first one is facial cream, not scream. So facial cream. And I can put an ID in there if I want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to put it as 5 cents. And I can customize the button if I want to. So if there were options, like I want the blue facial cream or the red facial cream or the yellow facial cream, I could do that. There's no options on this one. It's just facial cream. So I'm just going to have a plain old add to cart button. For shipping, I can add that amount if I want to. If I need to add taxes, I can add that amount if I want to. It says merchant account ID. I can use my secure merchant ID, or I can use my primary email address. I'm going to use the secure merchant account ID. I can also choose to track inventory if I want to. This one will help me track inventory, and I can check mark that and then put how many items I have in stock. And then as it sells those items, it will deplete from the inventory. I'm not going to track any inventory. That's just craziness. And then the next step is to customize any advanced features. And right here, if I want to allow my customers to add special instructions, I can do that. I'm going to say no. do you need your customer shipping address? Yes. And then it says, take customers to this URL if they cancel their checkout. So I could create a page that is the cancel page. And if they cancel, it will go to that page. And then take customers to this URL if they finish their checkout. So if they finish their checkout, I want them to go to the thank you page. So I have to get the URL for that. So I'm going to go into incognito, and I'm going to grab the address of this thank you page. And then I'm going to go back and put it right there. So now I have my thank you page in there. That's the page they'll go to after they're done making their purchase. And then there's some advanced variables that are kind of like some extra code that you can add. My advice is leave that default because that can put you in a pickle if you don't know what you're doing. So now we've filled out everything on this button that we need to do. I'm going to click Create Button. And what it does is it gives me some code that I need to put on my page. So I'm going to start putting together a notepad so I can keep track of all this code. So I'm going to copy this code, and I'm going to open up a notepad window. And I'm going to say facial cream. Actually, facial cream code. And then paste that code in there. So now I'm not going to lose track of that code. I've copied it. That's what I needed to do. So I'm going to keep track of it in my notepad. And so the next step is to create a similar button. So I'm going to click Create Similar Button. And it's going to take everything that I did for the first button, and it's going to create a second button. And I'm just going to go change a few things. So instead of facial cream, I'm going to say vitamin E, let me do that right, E essence. There we go. And we'll say this one is 5 cents as well. We're not going to do any tracking or anything. And for the thank you page, it's the exact same thank you page if they finish their purchase. So everything else stays exactly the same. So I'm going to click Create Button. So now it's got the second button created for me, and I'm going to add that to my notepad. So I'm going to say vitamin E essence. And there's my code. So we're doing great so far. I've got one more button, so I'm going to click Create Similar Button. And it's going to come up and do everything exactly like it did it before, but this time we'll change vitamin E essence to facial scrubber. Actually, I'm going to put cute facial scrubber, cute facial scrubber. It's going to be 5 cents. Everything else is the same. It has the same exact thank you page as well. So I'm going to click Create Button. And so now I have my third button created, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say cute facial scrubber, and then copy that code that I got from PayPal. Now the next step, I've got all of my add to cart buttons. Now I need to actually get to a view cart. So I need a view cart button. So right here, there's a create view cart button. I'm going to click that. And when I do, it will take me to some settings on that one. I can make a PayPal button. I can also use my own image if I want to, but I'm just going to stick with the PayPal button. And I'm going to click Create Button. And what it's going to do, it's going to give me some more code. So I'm going to copy that code, and I'm going to go to my notepad, and I'm going to say View Cart Button. And I'm going to paste that code in there. And there's a lot of code for that one. So you just need to be ready. There's a lot of stuff that you'll need to copy when you put that button into your website. So now we've actually made all of our buttons. Now I want to make sure you understand that this is why I told you maybe 5 to 10 products and no more than that. If there's any more than that, you want to go to like Magento. And it's because you're going to have to create a view cart button for every single product. So every single product that's going to have that HTML code that it has to do. And then you're going to do one view cart button. And now I have to go in manually and add all those buttons to the website. Okay. Now we've got these products all on the same page. You don't have to do them on the same page. You can do them on separate pages if you want to, and you can put the view cart button in your header. That way the view cart button will show on every single page where your products are. So you can do it either way. It depends on what you want to do and what you want it to look like. We just happen to have them all on one page. So let's go ahead and share our screen. And we're going to go back to our HTML editor and we're going to start adding in our buttons. So here's all my products. Excuse me. And I'm going to go into plus, and I'm going to go to my apps, and I'm going to choose an HTML box. That's how we're going to add this code. So I'm going to click HTML box, new box right here. I'm going to right click it and go to edit. And then in the HTML, I'm going to go ahead and delete all the code that's in there because I don't need it. And then I'm going to go to my trusty little notepad and I'm going to grab that first code for that first item, the facial cream. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to click confirm. And now I've got a trusty little button that I can pull down to here, just like that. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for this item and this item. So I'm going to right click this, go to edit. I'm going to take out all the code that's there, get the code for the second item, which is right here. I'm going to copy and paste and then confirm. And then the code here, I'm going to edit. I'm going to get all of it and delete and get the code for that third item. So I'm going to scroll down a bit, get all of this code for the facial scrubber and paste it and then confirm. So now all of my items have their buttons on it, and I'm going to save and then save again. And then what I'm going to do is do an view cart button. Now I can do a view cart button up here if I want to, or I can do it here and down here. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to actually put it right beside the add to cart. So I'm going to go and get an HTML box. So I'm just going to copy this one and then right click and go to edit. And I'm going to remove all the code for that one and then go to my notepad. And now I get to get this great big huge chunk of code. And I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it and then confirm. So now I have a view cart button and I'm going to just copy and paste and put that one right here. And then paste and put that one right here. Perfect. And now I'm going to click save and save again. And believe it or not, this one's ready to go. I'm going to make a few changes. I'm going to shorten up this page a little bit. Just like that. Bring the footer up and then save again. And now we should actually be ready to go and we can actually make our purchase and let's see how we can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the live website and click refresh. And there's our items right there. And there's our cart buttons. So let's see if we can add these to our cart and then maybe add some more and add some more. So let's check it out. So I'm going to click add to cart. And if you'll notice, it actually created a new window. So my original window is still open, and then the PayPal window is open as well. So it added that item to my cart. I have the ability to increase the number that I want to order. So I can get 3 of those, and that makes it a total of 15 cents. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to get 3 of those. And I'm going to go ahead and continue shopping. So I'm going to click that. It takes me back to that page. And now I'm going to add these items in there. So I'm going to click add to cart. And so it should have the original items that I put in there, plus that vitamin E. And I'm going to go ahead and get 3 of those because I need those. And then I'm going to click continue shopping. And now this item right here, I'm going to click add to cart. And when I add to cart, I've got 3 of the facial creams, 3 of the vitamin E's, and I'm just going to only get 1 facial scrubber. I don't need 3 of those. So if I'm done, if that's everything that I want to do, then the next step is to actually check out. And you can do it 2 ways. This is another reason I really like the PayPal cart system because it's real clear if you do not have a PayPal account, you can check out without a PayPal account. And you can still use a credit card as if you were using a PayPal account. You're just using PayPal as a payment processor. So you could do that, or you could check out with your PayPal account. So I'm going to go ahead and click check out with PayPal. And now it's processing the payment and taking me through the checkout process. And I'm going to go ahead and log in with my account. So let's see here. I'm going to do PayPal, and we'll do this account right here. I'm going to click login. And I'm spending 35 cents, and it's pulling it straight from my bank. So I'm going to click pay now. And now it's done 35 cents. It sent a notification through PayPal. And now I'm going to go to return to merchant. And this should take me to the thank you page, because that's what we set it up on the button. So I'm going to click return to merchant. And there's our thank you page. So that's how we set up the PayPal cart system. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and make sure that everybody got that. Chip, go ahead.
Each time you clicked on buy now, it jumped to the cart page. So why do you need view cart buttons?
It's so that you can go, if you do continue shopping and you go back to the page and then you go, no, I think I want to go ahead and check out, you can click view cart.
Thank you.
Gladys, sorry.
Where can I find the information that the customer enter his address and everything in Builderall? Where can I find the information?
That's going to be on PayPal. So you're going to take a look at PayPal. Yep, you're going to take a look at PayPal. And it's going to tell you how much money you made. And it's also, because you asked for their shipping address, it's going to have their shipping address inside of PayPal as well.
It will never be in any part of Builderall at all.
Nope. In this system, we're completely bypassing Builderall.
Okay.
Completely.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Can that when you went to check out and it said PayPal or checkout, can it be more customized? A lot of times that's confusing, you know, checkout without PayPal, or just put Visa, MasterCard, and so on. It makes sense?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to play with the settings a little bit when you're setting up your view cart and see if you can adjust that a little bit. I don't think I've ever adjusted it. I've always been really happy with what it shows on that screen. So I've actually never tried to adjust it.
Because a lot of times I went and I didn't want to pay with a PayPal, and they didn't have, it was not clear, or they don't have the option to just pay with a credit card. You know what I mean? And I just left the page.
Well, one of the things that you can do is in the, not sure if it's in the button settings, but it might be in the cart settings. Let me take a look and see. Let me go to my PayPal account, and where it's view cart, let's do a view cart button. So go back and edit this button.
Can you show the screen, please?
Oh, sorry, I thought I was sharing. You guys got to keep me on my toes. Okay, so I'm here in the create a view cart button. I can use a smaller button, but I can also use my own button image. So here I can actually grab one of those PayPal buttons that has the credit card. So if I go Google and then PayPal button with credit card, and then I look at images, I can find PayPal buttons that have the credit card on it. So I could actually save this image and then use it as my own image right here. Okay. So you can actually customize your image on your view cart button to show that you will accept a credit card.
All right, great, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, you guys? All right, so today we actually learned how to do bump sells, and we learned how to do PayPal cart system to sell physical products. What I want you to do today is pick one of those methods and create a little mini site to be able to sell a physical product. Doesn't matter which one you choose, but sell a physical product using one of those methods. A bump sell, which you're going to need more than one item, and you're going to have to, or with the PayPal cart system, where you need at least 2 items for that. Okay? Are you excited about what you learned today? Good stuff? Okay. You guys look a little bit glazed over. Are you guys okay? Did I go too fast?
We're good.
Okay. You're just not quite smiling as much as you normally do. Maybe I made you think a little bit harder today. Was that it?
I
Shelley,
think
Very
this is
practical.
really something that you can sell for Christmas, what you picked.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
and it was encouraging when you mentioned you don't normally go this fast when you work for yourself at home. I said, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I have to slow down because I'm a firm believer in banners, boxes, and elements. That's how I stack everything.
Mhm.
Everything goes inside boxes. If you ever see a website of mine, it's so boxy. I'll give you an example of a website that's mine because I was working on it earlier today. Let me see if it's open. So this is one that you can see exactly the boxes, right? There's a box right there.
We need the screen share.
Oh, sorry. Let me share the screen, then you can see it. So there's a box right there, you guys. And there's a box right there, right? And then going down here, there's a box. And there's a box. And there's a box. And there's a box. And going down further, there's a box. And further, there is a box. So you can see all of my websites are real boxy. And that's just the way I build them. That's the way my brain works. It's kind of the same thing as if I'm decorating my house. If you ever get a chance to come to my house, you'll see that I'm very symmetrical. So if I put something on the shelf, if something is tall on this side of the shelf, it has to be something tall on this side of the shelf. For some reason, my brain thinks that if there's not equal height on each side, then somehow it's going to flip.
No.
I don't know why, but that's just a weird thing that I do.
Good designer.
I'm not sure if it's good design because I love the people that can not do that, right? They're very asymmetrical and it still looks good. So I'm jealous of people that can do that because I can't do that. My brain automatically goes, oh my God, there's something tall on that side. I got to put something tall on this side. It's just the way I am.
Just the last unrelated question. Adding an email to a domain inside Builderall, where do I look for that?
When you look in your site list,
Yes.
once your domain is connected,
Yeah.
In your site list, you'll see a little bitty icon that is a picture of an email. Just the envelope.
Okay.
Just click that bad boy and you can set it up.
An itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Okay.
Envelope.
All right.
That's right. All right. Key. Is that right? Key? Oh, I can't hear you. Let me see if I can unmute you.
I'm good. Thanks.
There we
Okay,
go.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you.
Okay, so I'm starting from square one. So the first thing I need to do is build a page or build a website to say what I do because I have multiple niches, so I don't know where to begin exactly.
So you're beginning like figuring out what you're doing with Builderall. Is that right?
Yeah, I know I want to do food and nutrition, but I also do jewelry, and I love. It's all about being beautiful. So, but on your notes, I'm just picking this up the second day and a half, and I've been on a trip, so I just got back last night. So none of the homework's done. I just picked it up yesterday at the end of my trip. But when I start, am I starting from a website to say who I am or what I do? Do I write a blog? Like, what do I do first? I guess I'm ABCs is where I'm lost.
I think that is a loaded question.
Okay.
Because there's so much to do in Builderall that here's what I tell people on my team. Don't think about any place to start in the beginning because what I would rather you do is spend the first 30 days. I know that sounds crazy, 30 days, but it's actually not enough days. But spend the first 30 days exploring Builderall and what you can do with it. Okay, because we can build websites, we can do blogs, We can do chat bots. We can do mobile apps. We can do magazines. We can do so many different things. So 30 days to really explore Builderall. And then once you've fully explored it, then you can start looking at it and saying, okay, now I want to build a website, and I want to build my first website on nutrition blog. Okay, and then you can really laser focus on mastering the blog and building a blog about nutrition. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I currently have a jewelry boutique, but it needs to be growing. So I've been looking at Builderall to bring some.
That's good. You hit the mother load, but you won't realize it for about another 30 days.
Get the what?
You won't realize that you hit the mother load for about another 30 days, because it truly takes that long to figure out how big and powerful Builderall and the tools really are and what you can do with them. So your confusion is actually really, really normal.
Am I losing ground for Christmas?
Yes. Yep, you are.
So 30 days is a long time. I've been doing this other thing for 7 months. I need to grow now.
There's some seasoned people in here, so I don't want to be the only one that tells you this. But this platform is so big that to say I need this thing that I need in Builderall done by next week is it's doable, but you may die trying. So I'm gonna let some other people talk just to kind of encourage you, because I don't want you to be sad and say, oh my gosh, what did I get into? It's too big. So we've got a couple of people in here that have been through certified partner training. And one of them is Terry, and the other one is Chip. And I would love for you guys to jump in and give Keith some encouragement, but also make sure you emphasize that this thing is just really big. You can't master it in a week. So Chip, go ahead.
I would encourage you to start with the Pixel Perfect website builder. It's sort of the flagship, is the center of everything. And a lot of the other tools available are kind of add-on enhancements to creating a website. And a blog can be part of a website, and a funnel is a sequence of website pages. Also, if there's any way to get two screens, whether it's an iPad and a laptop or a desktop and an anything, get the instructions on one screen so you can hear it and pause it, and then try it on your other screen, and then advance a little bit further and pause it and try that, so that you can keep up with step by step of what they say to do.
Right.
And again, don't innovate until you just follow the regular pattern. Duplicate, don't innovate yet.
Right. That's actually really good. The duplicate, don't innovate. It's just going to take you a while to master the basics, because there's just so much. So Terry, I would love for you to share your insight into it.
Absolutely agree with Chip's advice to start with the Pixel Perfect. You're going to, if you spend 7 days and really build right along with it and master that, that gives you a really great basic understanding about how much of it kind of comes together. And you're going to want that for your story anyway. The biggest thing is, if you get too wrapped up in saying Christmas is coming and you get really inspired and motivated and want to do something else first, this will, if you take those 7 days and at least get in there, that will give you a good grasp of it. Now, if you're motivated and you want to get products off to get in on the Christmas rush, I'm not saying that you need to wait, until you know all the tools before you do that. I think one of the biggest things that ever happened for me personally was going through a similar training like this. And I did the boot camp. I'd been playing in the Pixel Perfect, but just by practicing that, I could easily come up with and resource products and get something out there. So take your 7 days and really go through, build a website. Even if you don't use it initially, it'll help you get your own branding and storing kind of in line. Because what'll happen is the deeper you go into Builderall, your mind will keep getting blown and blown and blown. It happens to me every time I'm in a meeting or working in the platform, and I've been here over 2 years. So take that time, but learn the Pixel Perfect, and then you'll get a clear idea. And then jump in and just do it. Just build something, like Shelly says all the time. Build something amazing today. Every time I come into one of these boot camps, I feel that way. And it's like, even though I have a list, I don't know how many pages long of stuff I want to do, I'm going to build something amazing today using this shopping cart. I know I will.
That's fabulous. And and Key, the website, the Pixel Perfect website builder, Terry has done a fabulous training on it. So if you go into your dashboard and you click training, and then you choose build a website, you want to follow that training exact. And she even gives you the images that you need to be able to build that website from scratch. And you're going to get some concepts in there that are critical if you want to understand how to use the Pixel Perfect builder. Just to give you an idea of some of these concepts, when you talk about a layout, if you don't understand that every single page in the layout has the same header and the same footer, that's a huge concept. So when you start to make changes to your website, if you add something to your header, every other page in that layout is going to have that item on the header. But if you don't have somebody like Terry training you about that, then you don't know what just happened, right? You did something on one page, and why is it changing everything else? So those are the types of things that you want to go through that training specifically. Take your time, listen carefully, duplicate, don't innovate. I love that. That's perfect. And then you will get to the point, like Terry said, where you're going to learn just enough that now you start to become dangerous and you can start innovating. And it is so fun when you get to that level, because then you're only limited by your imagination.
And I wanted to just kind of throw in here, one of the things that I've been trying to do when I'm building my training videos, since we start with the Pixel Perfect, and in that training, you build the Fruit Shop website. So you'll get all the resources you need to build that. But as you mature and you go down through the training videos, through the rest of the training, like I'm working right now today on a GDPR training, but I'm relating it back to that Pixel Perfect website so you can see how it ties into whatever you've built. I tried to do that with some of the other training that I've done. Anytime I can relate it back to that Fruit Shop website, I try to do that, and that will hopefully give you some kind of continuity in how you bring all of these trainings together, and it works together. And that's the power of Builderall.
But even then, I can promise you this, and let me say this, and then I'll get you Chip. When you go through that Pixel Perfect website training by Terry, it is absolutely fabulous. But I do want you to understand that's not even the shavings of the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with it. So that's why I tell you, take your time and learn this platform. You don't want to know just the shavings. You want to know more than that, so you can maximize what you get out of this platform. And just to give you an idea, Terry, Chip, myself, we've been through certified partner training, and just the Pixel Perfect part of it, we spent 3 months, and that was every single day for 3 months, about 3 hours or more per day, learning what to do with it. So that's why I tell you, this is a huge platform. Explore, have fun with it. Don't pressure yourself so much to get something out without truly understanding what you've got in your hands. Chip, go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah.
One other little piece of advice is to work on desktop or laptop, and don't freak out if you check it on your mobile phone and it looks horrible.
Of course.
That's an adjustment you need to make, but one step at a time, you know.
Great.
Yeah, and Terry will give you some good information on how to start adjusting for the mobile. So Just take your time, enjoy this journey, Key, because I want to assure you, you have hit the mother lode. If you want to do anything marketing related, this is the place and these are the tools. So just give yourself permission to learn and grow and follow this journey. And I think you're going to be just amazed at what you can do.
Ask questions on the support Facebook page.
Yep.
I will. I just feel like I'm so new. I don't know what questions to ask. So I'm just kind of absorbing everything right now. And I'm hoping the next level I'll have enough intelligence to say, I know a question.
You will. There's going to be a day where you're going to be on one of these presentations and you're going to say, all right, Susie, little Susie, we're so glad that you're here. And I know that you're new and you're overwhelmed, but let me give you some ideas on how to get started.
I'll look forward to that.
All right, you guys. You're very welcome. Any other questions? All right, you guys, you know what your homework is, and go out there and get her done. Let's work for those star stickers on our forehead for sure. And I will see you tomorrow. We're going to start diving into that super checkout and playing with the super checkout. And I'm super excited about that because it is really super. So get ready. We're going to learn some great stuff with that. And until then, like I always say, Terry, right? Go out there and build something amazing with Builderall. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.